I've seen the way you've treated other thugs you've been with. So he had it, Steve.
This is where we used to poem battle on the corner over here. And then here's my boy Eric, you know what I'm saying? He's just surviving. That's what he's doing. Eric, you know what I'm saying? Throwing the football around.
You got a kid, man. He's doing all right.
And he nails his draws to the same tree. And this summons the Lummox cow. She pops out and they're eating cheese logs and corn nuggets.
Happened in the 90s.
Do you have a favorite real world moment?
I think it's going to be Steven slapping Irene. It's so memorable. It just is the way it happened, the attitude of Irene, and then just the petty slap. It's got to be all time. I mean, that has to be one of the craziest moments in the show. Other than like an OD or like, didn't the one chick die of like alcohol poisoning on?
Yeah. No, she almost did. She's still alive.
Okay. Shout out to that chick from Hawaii. Hopefully she's off the sauce.
Ruthie?
I think that's probably it. I remember some like tawdry thing. I don't remember what season, but there was like a couple chicks got in like this shower situation with this dude. So there was a possible like three-way. And I remember being kind of like into that. But yeah, just in terms of memorability, it has to be Steven slapping Irene. Seattle.
It's up there for me. And ironically, Irene wasn't wrong in what she said about.
Yeah, she did call it.
She called it.
He didn't want to hear it, and he didn't like how she said it. So she got a nice slap in the face, Steve.
Like a pimp. And yeah, man, that one and anything with Puck, like that whole season, because I think that was the season that really upped the ante. Like the whole thing with him and Pedro and the fact that Pedro had AIDS. I can't remember
stick his fingers in Pedro's peanut butter. Wasn't that like his you moment to the dude?
He had several of those.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they brought in the wild card. They saw Puck and were like, all right, this guy said the N-bomb like 5 times in the interview, so we're going to have to just let this dude in. Yeah. It's like a grenade.
And I don't think this happened in the 90s, but the song, Come On Be My Baby Tonight.
It might have been. I'm trying to remember. Was that New York?
I feel like it was Boston.
I can't remember. Yeah, dude. That guy. It was such a sly song. It was such a fat song, Steve. Even Dave Chappelle got him on the show.
Shababa wee baba wee baba doo.
Come on, be my baby tonight. I've seen the way you've treated other thugs you've been with. So he had it, Steve.
Some things you just can't forget.
Hell no, dude. That's cemented. That's legacy.
No, it's not a keyhole. I'm not looking through the doorway at someone. I'm looking through the on-net port of entry to a seamless global network. A network that will change the fortunes of countless companies and the lives of thousands of telecom managers and CIOs. I see them out there right now. They seem rather happy. On-net from MCI WorldCom.
Happened in the 90s was streamed before a live studio audience. This is Steve G and Mad G with Happened in the 90s, a show where we talk about what happened in the 90s. So get out your tapes of V.I. Warshawski and your t-shirts of Kelly Kapowski. Because life is too short, so love the one you got, because you might get run over or you might get shot. Never start no static, I just get it off my chest. Never had a better with no bulletproof vest. Take a small example, take a tit to the lip from me. He take all your money, give it up to charity. Love is what I got, it's within my reach. And the sublime style still straight from Long Beach. It all comes back to you, you're bound to get what you deserve. Try and test that, you're bound to get served. Love's what I got, no starter riot. You feel it when the dance gets hot. Love is what I got. I said, remember that.
And then a sweeby, sweeba-da-boo. Come on me. I tried, Steve. I tried.
Well, today, my friend, we're talking all things July 30th in the 90s. Starting off in 1991, Leaders of the New School releases A Future Without a Past. This is the genesis of the One Bus a Bus. Trevor Smith.
Lil Bust. Yeah, dude, this is it. I mean, this group was started a year after we were born, Steve. So that's nuts. It's
Wow.
cool to hear Busta Rhymes, little bust some moves here. But I mean, this is essentially an album about high school, correct?
Well, the lyrics are kind of grade school, so that makes sense. And there was a rift between Busta Rhymes and everyone else because he was just getting too much shine. He was kind of like the Michael Jackson of the crew, and the crew did not like that. Well, you know what? Charlie Brown and Dinko D and Cut Monitor Milo, you guys should have stepped up your game, all right? Because I heard ABC. Somebody actually said that. They said the alphabet. They even put in the next time, won't you sing? Like, bro, are you? How did y'all get a contract?
Happy birthday to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty basic, but still. I mean, it's nice to hear an early Busta Bust, but I didn't know that there was static and hatred from everybody else because Busta Rhymes was that good. That's hilarious.
There's this memorable clip from Yo MTV Raps back in the day, and I think it was Fab Five Freddy or either him or Dr. Dre and Ed Lover. They were interviewing leaders of the new school, and the vibe was just off. You could tell, man, like they were hardly even speaking, and that was kind of the beginning of the end.
Somebody had to walk so Busta Rhymes could run, Steve. So ultimately, the world got what it needed. And hey, man, they were on In Living Color. They had an appearance on In Living Color, so they got up there. They got some shine.
Because it's just another case of that OPTEA. Hey, that following year, 1992, Real World New York is airing season 1, episode 11. Julie thinks Kevin is a psycho. In this episode, which takes place against the backdrop of the LA riots, Julie and Kevin's friendship explodes. Heather is interrogated by the police.
Hevel.
Hevel.
Hevel. Why? I'm sensing a through line to this season of Real World, Steve. Bunch of white people, and then Kevin just kind of getting cornered all the time. Like, why'd you say that? Why did you put this note here? I'm white.
Why do you think Chappelle made that skit?
This is it. I mean, he watched this exact season, and poor goddamn Heather and Kevin are in here with the whitest of whites. And I just got to give a special shout out to Eric, the buff, like, party boy guy.
Jay Moore on
He's
P90X.
Especially douchey in this episode.
Super douchey, but not just this season. You could clock probably several, man. Just like the other season we covered in Los Angeles with David. No, you assaulted her. I just pulled the bitch's blanket off. No, you tried to finger blast her. I saw you.
You penetrated her, and we all saw it. And then you said, "Fuck you, I'm a man," and left.
We don't feel safe, David.
I love that is exactly. There's literally a line in this where it's like, I'm not staying here and alone with the fucking Kevin. That's it. And I gotta say, also, Julie, stop with the fibbing. Stop with the fucking fibbing. I didn't go back to see if maybe in the previous episode we saw more of like this described incident that happened.
Yeah.
But it's not adding up. And then when people start going, when you're confronting them about the story, like just the vibe of it, you're like, you're lying. I can tell.
Yeah, exactly, man. Thank you. Because I'm watching it and I'm like, man, you could tell when somebody's full of shit.
Yeah, dude. When somebody's going, but I mean, he didn't, it's a lot of that where you're like, bitch, you said he threw a fucking candlestick and said he was going to stab you or some shit. Like, come on.
And then he pistol whipped me.
And then he spit in my face and rubbed his sack on my chin. It's like, where's the spit at, bitch? Show me the spit at least.
He came on my teeth.
All I said was, I don't know. You people just make me uncomfortable. And all of a sudden, Kevin goes off about racism. I don't get it. Andre, Rockstar guy, come over here and explain white people to this guy because he's not getting it. And I feel unsafe.
Hey, they get straight to it at the beginning of this episode because it starts off with Julie basically saying Kevin is violent.
He got in my face. He said things that I was not comfortable with. And I was like, Kevin, I love you. I'm super into everything you're saying. And then he went off crazy on me. I think she's telling it to initially Eric and
Yeah.
Heva. And I like Heva. I'm going to call her Heather. I'm going to stop saying Heva.
I won't.
Actually, I'm not. Heva, she has a good attitude, which is, I didn't see shit. She's kind of ambivalent to it and knows she's dealing with crazy whites.
Yeah, at least she's cognizant of that part. And she starts her freestyling off. Yeah, he threw a candle at me and he spit at me. Then he said he's going to break all my fingers off. And Eric, he's immediately taking the bait. He's pissed and he's acting like he's about it.
There's going to be a problem when he gets home. Because nobody messes with my girl, Julie. She has no reason to lie about this.
I love this show, but there's no way I'm going to a funeral.
Yeah. Okay. I'd be like, also, I know you're not supposed to talk to the camera people, but I'd like go aside at some point and be like, can we see a tape? I don't believe anything this bitch is saying. So she gets it out to two people. Eric takes the bait. At some point, Norman comes into this. Norman's like the sort of like professional gay dude, cool dude. He hears about it and immediately goes off too because he believes the shit. But then I think he immediately confronts Kevin. He's the only person enough to like go up and say something to Kevin. But what I took away from their discussion was he's coming in hot thinking Kevin did this crazy thing. Kevin's like, yo, dude, like, no, that's not what happened, and kind of explains it. And Norman basically calms all the way down. He's like, now I want to hear what Julie has to say because it's not adding up.
And he also tells him, Norman, you were not there. For you to get this agitated, you didn't see anything. You weren't here to witness it, bro. Like, man,
like physical. Like Norman's actually up in the dude's face. Like, what the fuck? It looked like he could actually start pushing him. But I think at this juncture, or in this explanation of 5 that Kevin has to give about this, I think he kind of explains that one of the reasons that he said anything to Julie in that moment was that I think she interrupted like a phone call that he was on. And I think it was like a phone call to get like a gig, if I'm not
at a record label.
Yeah. So, and like Julie got on and was like, who the fuck is this or something, and basically fucked his job opportunity up. So, dude, if that happened to me and I had a roommate that did that, that shit would get real crazy, honestly.
Yeah, and not just with words, man. I remember how broke I was coming out of Bowling Green. And if I was to land something in my field and then somebody that I know, it doesn't even matter if it's friends or family, man, I'd definitely be on 11.
I mean, seriously, there'd definitely be holes in the wall. Some would happen because I'd be going off, especially you're living in New York and what you just said about it actually being some cool job. Yeah. So she got lucky kind of, but Julie, after these explanations and her part of it, she's like, I am not going to stay alone in this house with Kevin ever again. I just don't feel safe.
And she's telling Kevin about him throwing the candle and saying all of these things. And he was like, I didn't throw that, Julie. I don't even know what the hell that is. And I didn't spit on you.
I'd really zero in on that. I'd be like, if I spit on you or there's like spit anywhere, show it to us. There's got to be some evidence of this. And as far as like the candlestick, I'd be like, bitch, this ain't Clue. I'm not sitting here trying to murder somebody about this. And I would have said what he told Norman to everyone else too. I'd be like, this bitch fucked a job opportunity for me up. Fuck this show. We ain't going to be on this show forever. Sorry, this fucking hayseed is an idiot and fucked my shit up.
Eric wants to hear none of this because he's like, this isn't the first time we've seen Kevin do this. You know what? Do you think she made this up, Norman? I'm rooting for Julie.
I'm team Julie all the way, Norman. I don't even know how you can listen to him. You've seen him do stuff before, bro. Seen it.
Look like Jay Moore.
He does, dude. He looks like Dan Cortez, honestly. It looks like a pre-Dan Cortez. He has a little more weight on him, but Whatever, dude. Eric's bodied up. He's here to party, and what he's doing is just white knighting so he can try to fuck Julie. He probably doesn't give a shit at all, or knows she's lying, but he's got to get that sweet, sweet, Steve.
Yeah, throw your cape on, Eric. And now we cut to the Poets Cafe. Kevin, he gets a cool introduction for a guy who's not a celebrity at this point. He comes out and his poem is Mental Terrorism.
Because I think we're all going through that right now. Woman. Whoa, man. Honestly, though, I think he is kind of like known in whatever this beat poetry scene is. I didn't know that was still going. Well, I guess it was like Def Poetry Jam, but I was just never into poetry, Steve. I guess, would you have done this? Would you have gone up and done Mental Terrorism by Steve G?
White people do this. Black people do that.
But he does his thing, Steve. He's got pages on pages here.
Yeah, he's got a novel.
He does it all. Is the girl he's with just like a friend? I don't know if that's like his chick or what, but he's got a nice little tenderoni, Steve.
He's lining it up. I hope they're together. They look good together, man. Very Afrocentric, if you will.
Artistic, too. They look like they have a library wherever they live. Very classy.
Then when we go to Captain Save a Julie, Eric, he just wants to make her giggle and laugh. So he does his best chicken imitation because you already know, man, that's what sets the party off.
But it is very college-age white boy, Steve, because he grabs a guitar. He's Majid in it. He can't play.
Yeah, baby.
But he'll pick it up. I love Julie. He's doing that. He's cheering her up. I think he's days away from getting into that sweet, sweet, Steve. Julie's, she loves it.
That
oh
chicken.
My God, are you doing a chicken impression? You should be a comedian. Seriously. You are hilarious.
Yeah, only thing that needs to be gawking in that motherfucking room is you on these nuts, motherfucker.
Always in my face.
Talking this and that.
Kevin, he's on a high right now from the poetry jam. Eric's on a high of just trying to degrade himself to get some pussy. And then we come back. Kevin's out. He took his lady out to Jersey City. They must be romantic or something because he's showing her the hood, Steve. He's showing her where he's from.
Showing where he's from. Yeah, this is where we used to poem battle on the corner over here. And then here's my boy Eric, you know what I'm saying? He's just surviving. That's what he's doing. Eric, you know what I'm saying? Throwing the football around.
He got a kid, man. He's doing all right, man. He looked kind of sad, but what's up, Eric? Here, let me give you a little invite to a party I got. Eric's like, man, we haven't hung out in like 12 years, Kevin.
Yeah, we're still on camera. But
shut up, man. Yo, shut up.
We cut back to the pad, and old boy, freaking 10,000 Maniacs, he's pissed at Kevin because he sees this Dred Scott quote. It's like, dude, it's like you're taking it out on every one of us.
Andre, get him. Tell him what he's doing to the white people in this house. That's literally what it's like you're taking it out on us, dude. We haven't done anything, bro. I'm in a Skid Row cover band. That's all I can do. You think I'm racist, bro?
Look, man, this country's racist. I was accused of spitting in someone's face and throwing something. And I don't know whatever the hell that is. Whenever a black person has an opinion, we're considered a threat.
And every time I walk into this place that I'm supposed to be an equal roommate in, somebody comes up to me and goes, Kevin, what'd you do? Explain yourself, Kevin. Every episode we've watched of this season is this episode. Kevin said something and some white person's like, did you hear what Kevin said? Kevin, why are you saying this? Why do you have to remind us about all this stuff?
So problematic. And
Jesus, dude. I do love that these people are so like ignorantly racist and that like they don't know way where they're just cool to say all this shit on camera. I hope they watch it now and are embarrassed as fuck because they're like, why are we ganging up on this black guy all this time? It's all it is.
From telling his story, and Kevin
That
does at least.
violent beat poet. That violent poet. He's here to. He threw a candlestick.
But Kevin does acknowledge that Julie surpassed his expectations of a Southern white girl. I could tell that she wants to be a different person.
And to say one as devil's advocate, she's a hick from like the deep South. So every white person she's ever met is probably racist. And how many black people has she met? I'd say probably none. I think she even said that. So they do have like a conversation again because Kevin's like, I'm sick of like living like this. So he takes her outside. They start talking again, but it just devolves into the same shit that it always does, where he explains his opinion and then Julie tries to yell over him because she can't stand to hear the fact that she's ignorant to her face.
And she's trying to cause a scene. Like, she turned up real quick. Like, it went from being pretty subtle, everything was cool. Then once they got outside and started talking, she turned up. I felt like that was a act, like a setup.
Yeah, and also plus like the thing of it is you're on camera the whole time anyway. So she's just a little young whitey chick, Steve. She's outside like pushing him and stuff.
Pushing him.
She's doing all that and yelling at him, making a scene. If Kevin does that in or outside the house, he not only is going to get the same treatment, but he's being filmed looking crazy because these people are driving him nuts. So there's no winning for him other than to just kind of do what he does here, which is just take the ear beating long enough to where he's like, you know what, Julie, let's just squash this. We're cool. I like you. And that's kind of how it ends.
Yeah.
You know, and you can tell he's just like, whatever, man. I'm sick of fucking hearing all this shit. So we're good. Cool.
And Kevin and Eric, I don't know if they have the same birthday or they're around each other, but they're having a B-Day bash. It's not as good as Parker Lewis's B-Day bash, but it'll suffice.
It looks like it's turning up, but we don't really get to see the party turn up too much because immediately there's just this chick who looks pissed off, and we find out Heva kind of took it upon herself to be the party police. And I guess this lady walked in, tried to take a cup for some drinks, and Heva took that personally and popped the chick in the mouth. Or it's something. I don't know exactly where she hit her, but, you know, Heva, I mean, she's inducted, man. She's the roadhouse bodyguard of this party. She hits the lady, and what we see is a lady leaving going, I'm calling security.
Yeah.
Oh, bitch.
Not security. She's calling the cops.
Yeah.
Hey, Heva, she paid for that Grand Marnier. You just not going to take her cup.
That's my Alizé. Why'd you even take her cup? And so this lady does call the cops. We see like 10 cops roll in, and I don't know exactly what happens here, but Heva's getting locked up, Steve. She's getting taken to the pokey. Little assault charge, it looks like.
TBD. That following year, 1993, A Rising Sun premieres. When an escort girl is found dead in the offices of a Japanese company in Los Angeles, detectives Webb Smith and John Connor act as liaison between the company's executives and the investigating cop, Tom Graham. Directed by Philip Kaufman, starring Sean Connery, Wesley Snipes, Harvey Keitel, Cary Hiroyu, Shang Tsung, Kevin Anderson, Mako, Tia Carrera, Ray Wise, and Stan Shaw.
Not the best movies, Steve. Here's the good things. I do like the chemistry of Wesley Snipes and Sean Connery. It's kind of a Sherlock Holmes, Watson situation going on here. I love seeing Tia Carrera. She's beautiful. She's extremely hot in this. And I love seeing naked women with sushi on them. It's very cool.
Yeah. Very cool.
Love to go to one of those parties. But the movie's kind of boring. A couple things that I found interesting about this. One, Michael Crichton wrote the book that this is based off of. That's pretty cool. Jurassic Park writer. So he gets another movie in the 90s. This movie, though, he hated. He hated the director. And one thing that kind of I didn't really understand, and maybe it's just a thing because he's the writer and author, but he basically took himself off of this movie because they changed the race of Wesley Snipes' character. So in the book, I guess he's a white dude. In this, he didn't like that he was Wesley Snipes. So Michael Crichton's not a huge fan of this. But on the other end of that, the character that Sean Connery plays in the book and in the movie was written specifically for Sean Connery. So, you know, it is what it is. But you know, it's cool. I like seeing Sean Connery in a movie, and he's himself. He's a cool, like, he knows Japanese culture. He's not a cop. He kind of knows Japanese culture, and he's brought in as an expert. But yeah, I'm with you. This is like a 5 out of 10 movie with 10 out of 10 talent.
It's very disappointing that was the deal breaker for Michael Crichton.
Especially if Wesley Snipes. Like, as an author, I'm thinking, who the fuck cares what race it is? You got Wesley Snipes in the early 90s? You could do no better than that. What the fuck are you thinking?
It's just like with Tim Burton when he said, the black folks don't fit my aesthetic.
Oh.
Joe weird ass up. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory sucked, and so did Alice in the Wonderland. Also in 1993, So I Married an Axe Murder premieres. A San Francisco poet who fears commitment suspects his girlfriend may have a knock for killing off her significant others. Directed by Thomas Schlam, starring Mike Myers, Nancy Travis, Anthony LaPaglia, Amanda Plummer, and Brenda Fricker.
I think Steve Buscemi's in this too, if I'm not mistaken. There's a lot of great Mike Myers movies, and Wayne's World's right up there. But other than that, I feel like this is one of his best original movies. I love it. I think it's a funny movie. He still gets to do his thing playing multiple characters. He plays his dad, who is just like the saltiest Scottish dude of all time. It's a goofy movie, but I dig it. It's kind of like a 90s time capsule, too. He plays a poet. Talking back to Kevin in Real World, he's a beat poet, Steve. He's in San Francisco. And his poetry, he's a guy who breaks up with chicks a lot, and that's kind of his muse. He writes poetry about his breakups. He's like a famous poet for that. But he meets this chick, falls in love, Steve, commits. And then we figure out that she might be a serial killer, Steve.
Or is she?
I'm not going to spoil it. Or should I? The stuff with Mike Myers when he's playing the dad in it is hilarious. Head! Move your head! For whatever reason, I dug this. I used to watch this on like Comedy Central, I think. They used to play it a lot. I've always thought it was a funny, like, kind of dumb mystery comedy movie.
That following year, 1994, Ren and Stimpy is airing Season 3, Episode 10, Lair of the Lummox. Ren and Stimpy host your favorite nature show, Untamed World. In this episode, they go in search of the dying breed of the lummox. Deep in the wood, they find a prime specimen, a freckled redneck known as Booger Red.
And we also get a commercial before the episode starts. I've seen a lot of products on Ren and Stimpy, Steve. I've seen log, I've seen powdered toast, I've seen don't whiz on the electric fence, but I've never seen cheese fist. This is a new one for me.
Chalky the cheese fist?
His fist is made of cheese. They have great ads on this show, so this is just another great ad. Just kind of gross.
He's turning up the parties. He even saves this kid from getting his lunch taken. What are we having for lunch today? If you let us have it, maybe we'll let you live.
Go ahead, you mooks. Take a bite of the fist. He kind of looks like that Looney Tunes gremlin thing, too. He's Cheesy Fist. They also offer Cheese Fist on a rope, Steve. They got a couple of side products, too, so check them out.
Pimento and chive and bucket of cheese fish.
It's fisterific. That's what a chick said to me one time when we went out on the date, Steve.
You should never lose contact with someone like that. And now the Lair of the Lummox. And this is a show within the show. Ren and Stimpy, they're hosting this Untamed World. Stimpy breaks out the Lummox chart. They have small cranial capacity. Their ears have tufts of hair. The lummox has a spot of beard stubble and unkept curls on his stomach. And armpits have crust of dried armpit foam.
He uses his beard stubble to attract specimens like egg salad and liverwurst, Steve.
Mm.
And they've attempted to find a lummox before, but it's been months and they just haven't found one. They're very elusive creatures.
We knew a lummox in freshman year, man. Shout out to Faye the Magician.
Yeah, that dude was definitely, he had a lot of tufts of hair, Steve.
Man.
A lot of waxy buildup.
Eesh.
Side note, I just remember going into his room, seeing a new pizza on his desk and being like, yo, dude, can I get a slice? He's like, that's my dinner. And it was the whole pizza, Steve.
Of course. Of course.
I mean, the place was right downstairs. And we could have gotten another pizza for the guy. But, Faye the Magician. He is a lummox. I don't know if he's the redheaded, beardy Bulbasaur or whatever we're calling this guy, but
Booger Red.
He's in the same genre for sure.
He's Booger Brown.
Shit, I was a lummox too, Steve.
And apparently these lummoxes, they're going extinct. They have to search in the darkest parts of Ignoramia.
The darkest parts of Ignoramia. They have to rely on Stimpy. He's a skilled tracker of the lummox. Even though he hasn't found one, this guy knows all the stuff. So he's like sniffing around like Ted Nugent. He finally finds some signs that there's a lummox. There's some droppings. There's a little trash here and there, and you can tell there's just some piece of garbage someplace nearby. He's searching the forest, basically, Steve.
And then all of a sudden, a lummox pops up, and he goes by the name of Booger Red. They can't believe their eyes. It's like spotting a unicorn or a leprechaun.
He's beautiful. He is a specimen, Steve. This guy's thick. Like most wild animals, you kind of have to like sneak up on him. You don't want him to like get your attention. So they're sneaking around. He finally like sees them and gets kind of like riled up a little bit. Starts growling.
But they must study the lummox. They must learn the lummox. Stimpy digs his ass just like the lummox. The lummox sits down for a hot meal and he brushes his head with a pork chop. So they do the same. And then he splatters mashed potatoes on his gut. And they do the same. And then for dessert, they have a plate of fresh dribble.
Just giblets, Steve. But Stimpy, he won't take those because he's a vegetarian. And that sets the freaking lummox off, Steve. He doesn't like that.
The dribble of giblets.
I'm pissed now.
Stimpy is just like, before he kills me, Ren throws him a can of lard.
Yeah, just some lard. And that's really all it takes. The lummox sees the lard, likes the lard, and he just kind of carries them away, Steve. In thanks, I guess.
He's impressed.
He actually considers them to be cousins. That's what this shows. He brings them to where he lives. It's like in a log. He's like kind of like an elf, but the size of the fridge.
And they watch TV together. They drink tubes of mayo together.
The lummox is in his tidy whities. He's comfortable.
Where your shirt at?
Yeah. Man, how do you do it like this? So after they drink that bucket of mayonnaise, they're feeling good. They're feeling nice. They retire, Stephen. They wake up the next day. Stimpy demonstrates his mating ritual, which is the lummox use a corned beef sandwich sometimes instead of a pork chop. He does the same thing.
But this time, though, they summon a different lummox, and he's growling. He woke him up out of his slumber, and he marks his territory by pulling off his underpants and nailing them to a tree. Then, all of a sudden, Booger Red pops out of a log, and he nails his drawers to the same tree. And this summons the lummox cow. She pops out, and they're eating cheese logs and corn nuggets.
They're eating junk food to impress the cows, Steve.
You know what?
Mating dance.
They're living their best life. I'm not mad at the lummoxes, man. I'd love to find me a chick who likes to do nasty things, and that would be like the deciding factor. How nasty can you be? Well, a lot of dudes don't eat ass these days, so I like that's automatic. How nasty can we get? Bitch, I'll eat your ass.
Yeah, dude.
Motherfucker, I eat everything. I eat the pussy, I eat the butt, I eat every motherfucking thing.
unless someone's in the golden showers or scat, I pretty much got everybody beat.
Yeah, I mean the eating of ass. I don't even consider that like a low
It's,
thing,
it's
but
really
craziness and dirtiness, yeah. But so you want me to throw some mashed potatoes on my titties too? Sure, fuck it, I don't care.
talking shit like I'm Wesley Pipes. It's seeing you, ain't it? It's seeing you. Ooh, where's it at? Where my mouth at? What? Tell me where my mouth at. It's in my ass. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Can I please have some respect, bitch? We fresh out of respect. Got plenty dick though. But back to this lummox cow. She's surveying the scene. She's watching these lummoxes eat. She goes over to the tree where they nailed their underpants, and she's looking at it because that's the deciding factor, Steve. He's got the bigger underpants. She's sniffing them, she's licking them, and finally she chooses one. It's the bigger one, and that happens to be the tree lummox, Steve. That's the new dog on the block, and he wins. She loves him. She loves those dirty undies.
Booger Red's like, no. You ain't running off with my girl. I'm laying the smack down on that. So they have a gross off. And Red, he says the alphabet and burps. Maybe he was listening to that Leaders of the New School tape. And then Lummox, he could say Godzilla through burps. And then, but Booger, he recites the Declaration of Independence. What document is that? I failed at history.
It's the Gettysburg Address, Steve.
Oh, that's what it is.
Full on shit. He does it all. And that leaves the tree lummox just flummoxed, Steve. He's gone. He's defeated. Scorned. And now Booger Red, he's about to be just deep in that sweet, sweet lummox cow puss. It's got to be nice.
It's real, Mr. Nasty time.
So warm. So that's really it, Steve. You know, that's the ritual. They found the lummox. We got two in this episode. It's so hard to see, so that's a gift. And we cut back to the headquarters of the show, and Ren and Stimpy initiate their mating ritual one more time for us. And they attract those lummoxes. They get them again. They figured it out, Steve. They figured the secret out. So they come in. They get hugged by the lummoxes. And that's really it, Steve. I don't know what the lesson is here, but there's a lot of love in the room. I can tell you that.
The lesson is the lummox way of showing affection is odd to human beings, but it teaches us that love is a universal language.
Couldn't say it any better than myself. That's it.
In 1996, 187 premieres. 15 months after being stabbed 9 times by a student at work as a high school teacher in New York City, Mr. Garfield is working in LA as a substitute teacher, come full time. He refuses to be a victim anymore. Directed by Kevin Reynolds, starring Samuel L. John Hurd, Kelly Rowan, and Clifton Gonzalez. What say you, Matt Geddick?
So Samuel L. Jackson has a catalog of movies. It's like hundreds long at this point. IMDb says this was his first starring role as like the star. So I don't know if he's like the leading guy. Maybe that's correct.
Wow, you know what? Because a lot of the stuff from the early 90s, he was either a one-off or he was a supporting role. Because Pulp Fiction, he's kind of the star, but there's so many different stars. Like Bruce Willis is the star, John Travolta is a star. But this makes sense because even in Time to Kill, it was more Matthew McConaughey and Samuel L. And then I guess you could throw in Sandra too. But this one, it's really just him.
Yeah, I mean, he's the main guy. So I just thought that was kind of cool that this kind of started off him being a leading man. It's not necessarily the best or worst movie. I always dug this movie. And it's basically what I said. It's the movie Dangerous Minds or The Substitute, but at a 12 because this guy doesn't give a fuck.
Dangerous Minds times Falling Down. That's what I got from it because
that's a great explanation.
Really sympathize for this guy who just wants to teach, man. But throughout this, he's dealing with these puny rats, man, these punks of kids. He goes from all black school in New York City to going to a school full of cholos in Los Angeles, man. And everybody's down. Everybody about it.
Yo, professor, why you fucking with me, man? Yeah, and also, like, what leads this movie off is him getting shanked in the hallway of a school.
By Method Man.
by a guy, yeah, by a student who he fails, Steve. So imagine we fail a class in high school, and instead of just taking it on the chin, we go, "Yo, I'm gonna kill you," and then we write 187 on every page of a textbook, and then we actually try to kill the person because that's what happens to Samuel L. Steve.
Hey, man, a guy can daydream though, can he?
I mean, for real, I probably did daydream about this. But yeah, so Sam Jackson, he got a raw deal. Dude's a G and decides to go back to teaching after the fact and just gets into the most choloed out school that he could find, which is sucks.
Everybody gangbangs.
Yeah.
Everybody, even the class nerd.
The Benny guy, he's one of the jokers from next Friday, I think.
He is. Yeah. And then and the other guy, he's Hector from the first Friday.
Son of a bitch. The guy who plays Caesar, who's kind of like the gangster we care the most about, is that Clifton. What's his name? Clifton Collins?
Gonzalez. That's what it said on the.
Okay. Well, what Clifton. And this dude is he's in a lot of movies. He's always like a cool background guy or a character actor. And I watched like an interview he did about this movie. Before they filmed this, he lost his dad to suicide. His dad hung himself.
Oh, wow.
So he had to act in this movie not soon after that. And he's like, I find myself in this scene where I'm playing Russian roulette with Samuel L. Jackson and having to say I'm going to kill myself, having to say all these things, knowing about this thing that happened to my dad. So that's crazy and shows what a professional that dude is. But he said that Samuel L. Jackson was such a nice dude to him and knew about what happened to his father. So when they filmed these scenes, Samuel L. Jackson's like, dude, you're not going anywhere by yourself after this. You're going to come hang out with me. We're going to have dinner. We're going to chill. And he's like, Samuel L. Jackson kind of like took me under his wing and like made that okay and sort of like even helped me kind of get over that stuff. And I just thought that was like a crazy cool story about that. Cause I mean, it's a fucking intense ass scene, dude.
Yeah, it is, man. And that's one of the many reasons why that man's a GOAT. But I have to correct myself. His name is Clifton Craig Collins Jr., but prior to 1999, he was credited as Clifton Gonzalez.
Okay. But yeah, so Samuel L. Jackson's character in this just basically gets sick of the bullshit and goes after these kids. Caesar specifically, he goes full Rambo on this kid, shoots him with some kind of crazy rigged hypodermic needle thing.
On an arrow. But that part was funny, though, because he takes the arrow out of him. He's like, stupid Indians.
He's just he's like, man, that's some good shit. And then just passes out. Passes out, comes to. He's missing a digit, Steve. Whoever did it cut his finger off, and then to just add a little insult to injury, when he's getting like fixed up in the hospital, his finger comes in an envelope to him in the hospital as like a little thank you for the good times last night.
Yeah, but at that point, you're rooting for the anti-hero in Samuel L., man.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, yeah, dude, shame on those kids.
He talks to that Benny guy, and everyone's like, yo, man, I'm a fucking gangster, man. And he's just like, yeah, but we got to talk about Shakespeare. Man, don't you see this? And they got like an ankle monitor or some shit on. So, yeah, it's a crazy movie. The ending scene with the Russian roulette is so memorable. I remember when I watched this with my buddies on video at home, we were like, holy fucking, like, it's crazy, dude.
I remember watching it with, I don't know if this was your first time watching it, but I remember watching it with you, Jordan, and Hurt. And I'll never forget this. In that Russian roulette scene, Hurt was on 11. He was using the hardy. He was like, hell yeah, yeah, motherfucker. Pull the trigger. Pull the trigger. Yeah, mother.
Oh man. But it's that good, man. And it's a good ass scene. The movie's good. Definitely worth a watch. I like movies that end like this. It's not like, oh, he taught them the meaning of love and of being a good student. Hell no. Everyone goes out like a G.
Yeah.
And like, I love that Caesar, when it happens, everyone's like, oh shit. Everyone's like, these tough gangsters are just freaked the fuck out. So,
yeah.
Hell yeah.
On that same day in 96, Sublime releases their self-titled album. And at that point, the lead singer, Bradley Noel, he was already gone. This is the one, though, man.
Huge album. I'm going to say something, Steve, and I just have to say it because a lot of people don't agree with me. I don't like Sublime. It's tough listen for me. I don't like it, but I get it. I mean, this was everywhere. I know the words to all the songs because they were that prolific. I'm just not that into Sublime.
Well, then I got something for your punk ass. I really want to say, he, ooh, Matt G is a hater, motherfucker.
Sweet Mahmoudi. Let's cut it back to that.
How dare
Steve,
you?
I mean, come on. How much of a Sublime fan are you for real? I mean, we all sing the songs. It's nice to hear it at like a cover band sing it, but you're not like a huge Sublime fan.
I wouldn't say huge because there are a lot of other bands that would take precedent, but I had the two key albums. I had this one and 40 Ounce to Freedom. And like if he would have stayed alive, I feel like he's like the Notorious B.I.G. of this alt rock in a way. I don't know. You could say they're like reggae-ish, ska, punk.
Beach rock. They're like beach bum rock.
Dude, I would have loved so much more if he stayed alive, man. Like I said, this came out, the man was already gone in that year's March.
That's gotta suck though.
Or May.
You're a band, you release an album after like your front man dies and it pops off to the where you're like, well, what the fuck are we gonna do? Bradley Noel didn't do anything wrong though, Steve. So rest in peace to that gentleman. If I'm listening to white reggae, I'm going 311 all day, Steve, and I'm just standing on that business.
I'm not mad at it.
Thank you.
Also in 96, Alice in Chains releases their Unplugged album. This is one of the best, if not the best.
I looked up how many Unplugged albums and like shows happened. That thing was going on way longer than I thought. For the stuff that we got and for our time period, I mean, this and Nirvana were like the two top ones for me. I think Jay-Z did an Unplugged album too. I don't even know if that was in the 90s or not, but
no, it wasn't.
This one's good. And when I was looking up this and like listening to it, I didn't realize that at this point they weren't touring. Like, dude was like so deep into drugs, Lane Staley, that they weren't even touring. Like, this was the first like live show they did, I think, in like over a year.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, man. And I think this was the beginning of the end for him. He didn't rejoin. I don't believe he would eventually pass away in 2002. But this is, I've said this before, my favorite band from Seattle. Even better than Soundgarden, better than Nirvana.
I get it, dude. I mean, I think they're better than Nirvana for sure. But Soundgarden, it's tough, but yeah. And also, we were almost deprived of this in two ways. Lane Staley fucked up on drugs. Jerry Cantrell, food poisoning, but still came out and did it, Steve. So these guys all came out, put it together. And I mean, arguably, I mean, I'm sure there's other people that like Nirvana better, or maybe some other 90s one, but this one's dope. And they have such a like signature sound that when it's not like modulated or it's a like live version, it's interesting to hear it because it doesn't really change too much. I just think I assumed that it was like heavily produced and you know, there's no way they sound like that live, but they do. It's crazy.
And it sounded flawless, man. You would have thought they rehearsed for months to prepare for this. Just straight up professionals, man.
Yeah, I don't know like exactly what the thing was that Lane got, how he got it together this deep into what he was going through, but yeah, man, it's one of the best 90s bands, period. So it's cool to see this too, and it's not just like the regular music. You get to hear a different version of it, which is, I think, what everyone loved about Unplugged.
In 1998, we would lose American television host Buffalo Bob Smith. He would pass away at the age of 80.
Put the lotion in the basket. It's not that Buffalo Bob, Steve.
It's because that's Buffalo Bill. But what makes Buffalo Bob so relevant is that he was the puppeteer behind Howdy Doody. And I believe that predates Jim Henson and gang, man. When I was a kid anything that was a talking puppet, Muppet, I was goo goo gaga over it. Gaga, gaga, gaga.
Howdy Doody was kind of creepy to me, though. That was like the old school puppets. It kind of freaked
Yeah.
me out a little bit, but I get it. Howdy Doody, that's a deep cut, man. That's like one of the first kid shows.
He's like the puppet you see on Goosebumps or some shit.
Yeah, it's close. It's definitely close. It's cursed in somewhere.
Yeah, man, with the freckles. And I know how you feel about them gingers.
Yeah, you know it's satanic, Steve. It's from the
Yeah.
darkness.
It spreads over into puppetry too. The
Of
damn
course.
redhead puppet. Get the
You can have it be anything, Steve. If you make a puppet, it doesn't have to have red hair. So you curse it with red hair, and you have the choice. That's evil. That's the height of evil right there.
it's like a voodoo doll.
I don't like that.
Bury it in the backyard now. But yeah, man, shout out to Buffalo Bob Smith. What are your callbacks this week?
I was going through stuff. I found a bunch of cool shit. I don't know. Do you remember like these scholastic like informational reference books you could get from like I know, dude. I was like super into Titanic when I was
Oh,
this is from 1990. I was 7 years old, super into Titanic. And then I found two where it's a bunch of comic book movies are about to come out. We can talk about that. We'll go back to that. But I found in this like comic books, apparently DC in the 90s just wanted to kill everybody. So I found when they broke Batman's back, weird cover. It kind of looks like he's getting fucked. And then I forgot they killed Superman too. So I thought that was cool.
that's 93. Is that 93, 94? The Superman?
Oh, the Superman? I can't find it, Steve. I'll find it.
If it's like Death of Superman, I want to say it was early 90s, like 93, 94, man. That because that was a big deal at the time. If that's the one I'm thinking of, you should not be able to flip through that actually.
It is 93, but this is like a hardcover collection. This isn't like the original comic, but still pretty cool. The Batman, I don't remember when they did that. It was a pretty big deal too. But yeah, I just thought that was cool.
Still put them in plastic still, man, or you know.
Oh, and I found a Captain Ron DVD that for some reason I never threw out. So that's in the collection, Steve.
Of all the ones you threw out, you kept that
I don't know why. I found that, and I found Dave Chappelle Killing Me Softly. I didn't throw that out. So I don't know why Captain Ron made it, but it did. So
quite possibly one of the best stand-ups ever, man. But all I got is I want to give a belated happy birthday to my buddy. When this is released, his birthday will come on the 27th, and the man already looks like he's still growing, man. You know, you look like you're 7 foot, man. Just when you were 42, you were 6'5", 6'4".
it's the radioactive gum I choose, Steve. It's keeping me young.
He's a growing boy, drinking all his milk. He finished that cereal bowl. You can keep growing, man. But happy 4-3, my guy.
Thank you, dude. Weird. It's weird to be in my almost mid 40s. Strange. But I look good. I look so fucking good. I just can't help. You know, I'm not gonna feel bad about it.
No,
But
dude.
a couple of also, Steve, in the just in the spirit of the 90s, for my 43rd birthday, I bought an N64, taking it back. So now I'm playing N64 games. I'm playing wrestling games that we used to play. I had a memory card from my time used like with an N64 that has my buddy Matt Sparks as creative character in it. So I'm playing as Matt Sparks. It's strange.
What is his name on there? Matt Sparks?
Matt Sparks. And he's
That's
got
actually
a
a
glittery
decent-
like jacket with no shirt on. I was like, what were we thinking? Because I had the same. We were obviously a tag team, and we were both just like guys with glittery jackets. And we were like the Hollywood Blondes almost, something like that.
Matt Sparks is actually a good wrestling name and also a good porn name. Think about it.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a good guy, so he never got to use any of the dirty stuff. But shout out Matt Sparks. Come over and play some N64.
All around good guy. He's like the Ricky Steamboat of people.
Yeah, hell yeah. I guess. I mean, I maybe could think of somebody better than that, but sure. Ricky Steamboat, Matt the Dragon Sparks, sure.
I mean, he's one of the few guys who was always a face. His whole career, he was a face. And that's because the bookers never bought into him being a heel because he was such a nice guy.
It wasn't even possible, Steve.
It's
They
impossible.
saw the good. They were like, he's too sweet. Why even try? This is a Bret Hart all day.
Just like Matt Sparks, man. He's got a Matt Sparks must pose, brother. But please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Please tell your sister baba bwee baba bwee baba bwee baba bee bo boo 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 boo. Check out Food Show Fanatics as well as Crushgasm every Wednesday or any day with Kidra G, our guy Clark the Shark on podcast, and Wrestling with Ronzilla on TikTok. This is Steve G and Matt G with
Happened in the 90s.
Matt was the fat kid, Steve was the flat kid. Life wasn't always great, but you know what was? The 90s. Happened in the 90s. Yeah!
Everything. I ate the pussy, I ate the butt, I ate every motherfucking thing.